Welcome back to Jobs of the Future. When we discuss the rapid evolution of modern workforce, the focus almost always centers on software abstractions, generative algorithms, large language models, and cloud infrastructure. But the digital economy cannot exist without physical foundations. Yes, it all starts with the chip in your digital device. I am Bhuvan Verma, and today we are mapping the absolute cutting edge of human capability and public private technology frameworks. Joining us is a global leader operating at the very center of international workforce transformation. Anshul Sonak is the principal engineer for future of work and global director of digital readiness program at Intel Corporation. He has designed and scaled digital literacy and AI architectures across more than 30 countries, driving critical conversations on how we prepare the global workforce for an automated era. Anshul, welcome to Jobs of the Future. How are you?
Thank you so much for having me here. Looking forward to the conversation.
All right, then. So let's prompt our journey onwards. Anshul, tell us if you could go back to your graduation day and tell your younger self one thing about the future of AI technology in your field, what would you say?
If I had to go back 35, 32 years in my graduation day, in my field now, which is an intersection of technology with education and workforce development, I would say AI is a new superpower, just an emerging superpower, but also a new type of intelligence. It's not just a technology or a software, it's a true superpower. Open up a new immense possibility. So everyone, young guys, can build something, do something, solve something, create something for whole humanity in a very inclusive way with this new superpower.
Anshul, you've been in the system for so long. Tell us what is that one AI trend or buzzword you are currently tired of hearing, and what should we be focusing on instead?
So one buzz line which I'm tired of hearing is AI can replace jobs. Especially for the younger listener, I would say reshape, not replace. That's very important. People who know AI and how to adopt and absorb AI and use AI responsibly can replace jobs or people who do not know it. So think about reshape, not replace. The second quick point I'm tired of is this hype or that horror. It's a hope conversation, not hype, not horror. AI should give hope. Don't fall on hype side or horror side. Build your own hope.
Tell us what is the current research you are undertaking and what does it mean for a 10-year-old student who's watching you?
For a 10-year-old, I would say again, I mean, AI is a new superpower, new electricity. So if you have a new electricity, it should add new light to your life. It's up to you to decide where do you want to add life and where you do not want. Most importantly, as a 10-year-old, grow your own thinking, protect your own thinking, become more authentic, add to your own natural intelligence. No, not just automate that, right? So it's not an automation conversation alone, it has to be an augmentation. But for that, you need to have agency. So remember the word agency and augmentation, not just automation.
Thank you, Anshul, for introducing us to a new vocabulary for thinking better and giving ourselves frameworks to understand this revolution. Augmenting our abilities. Wow, what a way of putting it. Anshul, tell us when you are not busy revolutionizing, the development or the training sector. What is one non-tech hobby that keeps you balanced and sane?
Uh, it's a combination of tech and non-tech. I think about AI a lot. I enjoy reading a lot, but more importantly, I like to connect the dots of AI to multiple totally non-related area. So, for example, when I was driving today back home from a meeting with a biotech meditech company, which is doing some cutting edge work on AI and it's in India based for precision oncology, solving cancer, they told me that every human cell has more than 1 gigabyte of a data sitting inside human cell. So while driving
Wow.
back, I was thinking, okay, if one human cell is 1 gigabyte of data, how much is a whole human body? So I was chatting with my chatbot while driving from a car, right? Asking, okay, tell me in my own human body, how many cells are there and how much of a data I carry for an oncologist to know. So it's connecting the dot, which is what I love doing it.
Wow.
Curious and connection and connecting for a real problem like solving oncology, solving cancer with AI, right?
Definitely, sounds sci-fi. But tell us, which sci-fi movie or book do you think actually got the future of technology most right?
So since I work for Intel, which is a semiconductor company, and semiconductors are like brain of all technology, and I do a lot on AI and semi, I would say Chip War is one book which I read last year by Chris Miller, which kind of talks about the fight for the world's most critical technology, which is the semiconductor, the silicon. Uh, that's a book which is very fascinating to me. And from my work standpoint, I mean, sand, everybody has it, natural resource, but you do some magic and then it becomes silicon. You do some magic with silicon, it becomes semiconductor. You do some magic with semiconductor, it changes entire technology. What is that magic? Power of innovation, which is in our own mind. It's a mindset. That's what I enjoy reading, how to develop that innovation mindset.
Wow. So, bonus for all the viewers who are into reading, here's a great recommendation for you. I hope you will go and look out for it. Get a hard copy, soft copy, digital copy, but do read that. I'm going to read this book for sure. Tell us, Anshul, besides data science or AI, what is that one soft skill you believe every student in 2030 will absolutely need to navigate the job market?
A very good question. I do not think about as a hard skill, tech skill, or a soft skill. I think about durable skills, skills which everybody should have at all stage of life. Some of the important durable skills with AI is how can I augment myself with AI? Myself, my organization, my society, my country. So again, what can I build? What can I solve? What can I create? Problem solving, system thinking. What can I do? Those kind of a durable skill, which is again a connection, curiosity, communication, a combination of this. It's not very soft. It's really durable.
Anshul reminds me of Doug Gently. Everything is interconnected, and you need to be aware of where these connections go. Wow, how beautifully summarized such a key component of human evolution, in fact, of how to crack the nut open. Be curious, try it, improve it. Wow, fantastic. Okay, Anshul, to our next question. You interact a lot with people from the ground who are applying your technology. You also work with those who are improving the technology itself. Tell us, what is the most surprising, funniest, or out of the box questions you've been asked about the intersection of AI?
Uh, Deep question which I ask and I get asked is what is truly unAIable? What AI will never be able to do, right? Uh, it will have a different meaning, different purpose for different people, right? A lot of people land up saying, okay, if technology is bad or good, right? With all the issues on intelligence, ethics, learning, all that, right? We have to think about technology as neutral ground, right? So that we can decide what to do. But more importantly, go inner and then decide what is truly unaiable, what only I can do, right? What technology will never be able to do. I mean, be it connect, do building a true connection, right, or really solve something which is relevant to my community, my society, all that, right? That's the true question. And people ask a lot of time what AI cannot do. And that's where this conversation then start. What is unaiable? It's very important to look at the mirror, what AI can do and what AI can never do for you. And everybody will have a different answer to that.
From radio being used for communication both ways to one way, to moving on to imagery added to it, to then using it, for surgery. The evolution of technology, in fact, since you've started your work, has gone from analog to quantum, and it will change completely in the next uh, few decades. Tell us, when young students watch you 20 years from now, what is that one lesson you hope they will remember or take away?
As you described, technology will change and the pace of change will only increase from here with quantum and everything else, right? So, what is truly left when technology is revolutionary is your own evolution, right? And your evolution is a function of your own learning pace. We are learning beings. We are living being, but we are also learning being. That's the difference from human from animals, right? So how do I continuously learn, unlearn, relearn, continuous lifelong learning mindset? So I think that is the most important thing which I would want every student, everybody to remember. I need to learn every day. The good old days of learn to work is gone. Now it's work to learn. Every moment in my life has to be a learning moment.
And viewers, you heard it first here. We are learning beings before being human beings. Wow. A new term coined by Anshul here on the show. Anshul, besides interacting with the mere mortals, I'm sure you are an avid reader and you have a sense of history. Tell us, which figure in history would you like to sit down with and give them a glimpse of where we are in terms of AI and where we are headed?
Uh, if I had to extrapolate it to the broader intelligence and broader societal intelligence and broader human intelligence, as an Indian historical figure, and a lot of them I read. Last few years, I'm reading a lot about Subhash Chandra Bose and how he developed for himself this resilience skill for a constant reinvention. I mean, imagine a historical figure who's constantly reinventing himself in a multiple role, right? Across multiple geography, across multiple culture, across political dynamics, with all kinds of political power. I would really love to understand what was going on behind his mindset. His skill sets and his tool sets are very evident. What's very difficult, and that's what my curiosity always is, what was his mindset? How did he develop that? So that's what I always love to discover from people, right? Skill set and tool sets are easier to see. The mindset is harder one, and that's what is my curiosity. Especially with Subhash Chandra Bose, given that he has done so much across culture, across spectrum for the country.
Viewers, for those who are not familiar with Subhash Chandra Bose, you must go out and read, irrespective of nationality. He's one human being who started with the pacifist movement for India's freedom struggle, and then went on to become a revolutionary, even comparable to someone like a Che Guevara, and was really feared by the colonial powers. You must read about his life journey, where he has seen both ends, non-violence and violence, and helped India achieve its independence. All right. Thank you, Anshul, for triggering this thought in our viewers and helping them go explore something new. Tell us, while you do your work day in, day out, tell us, which is that one professional project or crazy idea you've always been mulching about, and now with AI, you are able to actualize it.
So, in my career of education, I've done everything: digital education, basic literacy, all that. But one very crazy idea, which I'm very passionate about, And I'm doing it in a smaller sense, but there's a lot more to be done. In the context of societal change we are in, is value education, moral education, culture education, that space which is becoming more and more complex but more and more important for society of the future. The way we are headed, we really need to rediscover some of the fundamental values and morals and courage and culture. And that is something which where we need a new tool set, new frameworks across education spectrum, right from K to 12 to vocational education to higher education and beyond to lifelong learning. With AI, I mean, I'm doing a lot of applied AI for sustainability, accessibility, all that. But there's a lot more to be done in this context.
Looking at how ethics get applied to AI and exploring how AI relates to your capability, your skill, your work area, your theme that you are pursuing in life. Thank you, Anshul. It has been a master class. What you have highlighted today underscores the fundamental truth of this series. The jobs of the future cannot be built in a silo. They have a human angle, a digital angle, systemic inclusivity, and policy change, which all of which go hand in hand. We must prepare our human talent to manage both digital tools of tomorrow and the physical environments they build or live in. To policymakers, corporate leaders, and tech innovators tracking this episode, the future isn't something that happens to you, it is something you are actively building. Track our ongoing development at Granted, and we will see you on the next episode of Jobs of the Future. Thank you for tuning in. Namaskar.